All right, welcome everyone. We're going to get started. Today's session, we're going to talk a little bit about the Tableau Conference and all that it has to offer. This is the May 2022 Phoenix Tableau User Group. Okay. There we go. Just FYI, everyone is muted. So if you do have any questions, comments, go ahead and use the chat feature. We'll be monitoring that every now and then. The session will be recorded, made available on Tableau's YouTube playlist channel. So if you don't have that link, put that into the slide deck there. I'll go ahead and I'll also share that through the chat. But this is where, if you want to view all other Tableau user groups, virtual, live, and so forth, great place to see what everyone else is doing. And we definitely appreciate everyone taking the time to be here today. All right, so what we'll do is we'll quickly go through some announcements. We'll jump into TC, content related stuff, and then maybe we'll wrap up a little early, or if there's any Q&A, you want to dive into anything else, open discussion, happy to do that. All right, for those of you that are just now joining us for the first time, my name is Michael Perillo, one of the co-leads of the Phoenix Tableau User Group. Alongside, we've got Destiny, Mujahid, and Adriana. So if you do have any questions, want to participate in future Tableau User Group meetings, maybe you got a topic or some fantastic use case, reach out to any of us. We're happy to have you join us. All right. Again, for those of you that are brand new or not, we're very big on education, training, certification here in the Phoenix Tug. One of the best ways to learn Tableau, aside from the free on-demand training that they have on their website, is Tableau eLearning. This is a very affordable program. If you go to elearning.tableau.com, it roughly runs around $10 a month. It gives you a whole bunch of different learning paths, whether you're looking to be a Tableau developer, a data scientist, maybe a community leader, such as kind of what we do here, but in your own organization. If you're looking to do maybe server architecture, management, or even a leader, an executive sponsor of some sorts, there's a learning track and a path for you. You go through some courses, some quizzes, some assessments, and when you, upon completion, you get these nice little digital badges that you can show off. So highly recommend the Tableau eLearning platform. Definitely take a look at that. Alongside the eLearning, Tableau, and while this is a paid program, they do have a free course, Data Literacy for All, which is essential for understanding and being able to communicate data effectively. So if you're not already signed up and you haven't gone through this type of a program, or you have these programs within your organization, please check it out. There's no cost for this. Gets everybody on the same level playing field, if you will. And again, no cost. All right, so this is a little bit outdated, but if you do go out to this link, tableau.com/new-features, that'll redirect you to the right place. Tableau 2022.1 is actually the latest release. And again, for those of you that might be new or you're just not sure how that works, Tableau releases these updates usually on a kind of a quarter basis. So again, like I said, we're a little late to the game. 2021.4 was released in the last quarter of 21. We're now in 2022. 2022.2 is the next thing to be slated up. So stay tuned for that. But you can always view new features and coming soon features we'll post those into the chat in just a moment. But do bookmark the new features product page. This is where you can kind of see what's new. If you're running an environment yourselves or part of a user group or a COE internally, it's a great way to communicate what's changed, what's coming, and be ready. And then, as I mentioned before, we're very big on certification here in the user group. So if you're just learning Tableau, that desktop specialist exam is going to be for you. Highly recommend going through, looking at the URL, tableau.com/certification. Go ahead and click on any of one of the certifications. There's going to be an exam guide for you to look at and understand. It's going to give you all the topics that you need to know to be prepared, ready. So it's a great learning tool as well, kind of a blueprint. Again, if you're not into certification, that's fine, but use this as kind of a guide to where you could or should be, to be able to at least pass that exam. Since we're all part of the community, want to make sure that you're also engaged with the larger part, which is at community.tableau.com. This is where you can find information about products, engage with other like-minded data rock stars, find answers to questions, solutions, use cases, whatever it might be. The whole community has pretty much anything and everything to either get you started, get you inspired, help get you on the right track. All right, so we're going to jump into the Tableau Conference. So Tableau Conference starts next week. So this is the first in-person conference that they'll be holding, since COVID hit. If you are going to the conference in person, I'd love to know, throw that into the chat. We'll be there in person. Love to hang out, get to know you. And if not, no worries. The Tableau Conference is also virtual this year. So think of it as a hybrid approach. The virtual sessions, everything is absolutely free, no cost to that. You'll get maybe not the same experience, but you're going to get pretty much the same kind of content that you would in person, minus the actual physical interactions. So we'll jump into that right now. So let's start this thing from the beginning. All right. So the Tableau Conference is next week, May 17th through the 19th. It starts both virtual and in person. So the virtual broadcast, again, entirely free, and you'll sign up by going to tableau.com/conference. For the virtual broadcast, there are a number of ways for you to interact and stay engaged with the larger community. For both in-person and virtual, there's a Slack channel, which again, we'll share all this content throughout this deck. And if you're not familiar with Slack, it's much like Microsoft Teams or Jabber or some other maybe chat collaboration tool within your organization. And it's also a Salesforce product. So if you don't know about Slack, please get to know Slack. We're going to have a lot of content going forward with how that integrates with the product. So diverge a little bit, but for the virtual broadcast, again, if you've got issues or challenges or things that you just need some help with, the Tableau Doctor sessions will be something for you to schedule some time with those product experts and get some one-on-one time to help solve, or maybe get some new ideas on how to do some strategy. If you are in person, fantastic. Can't wait to see you. It will be a 2.5-day event, 17th, 18th, 19th. If you're brand new, we've got some hands-on training breakout sessions, Tableau Doctor, networking, brain dates, community corners, which we'll get into a little bit, but tons and tons of activities, lots of ways for you to engage, connect with your fellow data fam. So I'm excited. So what are some of the themes and tracks? Analytics for everyone. This is where we're actually learning about the core platform, leveraging Tableau's core business analytics, if you will. So, and that includes Tableau and Salesforce. Again, one big family now. The Customer 360 Analytics, this is where we're tapping into the bigger products, your Salesforce platform, MuleSoft, Slack, and so forth to create that, one world view of your customer entity. Another thing I'm excited about is the Tableau economy. So the Tableau economy is now part of this Tableau Exchange. If you go out to the Exchange website, exchange.tableau.com, this is where you're going to find things like your accelerators, extensions, and so forth. Some of these may be for paid for solutions, some of them may be free, but these are essentially extending the capabilities of Tableau out of the box. As you can see in the text here, power of analytics through apps and other means. So this is really where your extensions will kind of come in. But if you're a Tableau partner, a great way for you to build and enhance part of the product. So do check that out. I'm excited. Hope you are too. The data culture, huge all across Tableau. It's one of the best. And now we're part of that Salesforce ecosystem. So even better. So now we also have Data Fabric. Data Fabric is going to be able to provide more of that core analytics and understanding. For those of you that might be familiar with the Tableau server, Tableau online platform, there are extensibility to that platform that helps you see, understand your data much more, being able to notify alerts, do a lot of things. And this is where, this data fabric kind of comes into play. The data management add-on kind of being one of those pieces. So like I said, we'll get into a whole lot of this as we go forward. All right, so the hybrid event, this is both for virtual and in person. We're gonna have Iron Viz. Iron Viz is, again, for those of you that are new, competition between 3 data rock stars that have competed earlier in the year and late last year to get up on stage and showcase what they can do in terms of their Tableau talents. They'll be given a short amount of time to build an incredible visualization based off of data that we'll uncover at the conference. And if you're familiar with the concept of Iron Chef, that who, I guess reigns supreme ultimately wins. So we're looking for some really great visualizations, some out-of-the-box thinking, and with Tableau's latest features, some pretty amazing visualizations, interactivity, animation, data discovery, and whatnot. So do take some inspiration from what's going on with Iron Viz, translate that into your organization's dashboarding as well. I think one of the most favorites at the conference, aside from keynotes, is Devs on Stage. Definitely don't want to take away from the keynotes. Devs on Stage, fantastic segment where you're going to be able to have a sneak peek at upcoming features and capabilities in Tableau, yet to be released, but definitely a crowd pleaser, and stay tuned for that. Mentioned earlier about this Tableau Doctor session. So if you've never done a Tableau Doctor session, this is your opportunity to schedule some time with a Tableau product expert and have questions answered if you're, rifling through some issues, developing dashboards, data, whatever that might be. You know, the Tableau Doctor is going to be able to help you navigate your way through that. If you just want to bounce some ideas off of someone, maybe you're doing something on the data science side or visualization side, or even deployment rollouts, whatever that might be. There's usually a Tableau Doctor session available for you. All right, and as I mentioned before, ways to stay engaged. The Tableau will be pushing out a Slack channel for both in-person and virtual attendees. Great way to stay engaged, ask questions, connect with people at Tableau and Salesforce, as well as the DataFam community. So if you don't have Slack installed, go ahead and get that downloaded, installed on your mobile device or laptop of choice, and we'll get you that information so you can connect into the conference sessions that way. Another crowd pleaser for the last couple of years has been this virtual data gallery, if you will. So much like the Tableau Public Viz Gallery, this is a little bit more enhanced on the helping showcase all the great collaborations and work that have been done throughout the Tableau community. So if you need some inspiration or you want to understand how to develop certain dashboards, this is a great place to start. We'll, again, get you all this information. You'll have all the links ready to go. For those of you that participate in other activities, data diversity, data and women, community challenges, and so forth, there's going to be some live streams and broadcasts. Like I said, endless amount of activities for you to enjoy that week. For those of you that are virtual, there's going to be a lot of great sessions. So back to Viz Basics. If you're not already on that community activity, check it out. This is a great way for you to not only just start with Tableau, but create those building blocks for success. We've got some speed dating Tableau speed tips, which is again also a very popular segment. We've got different user groups or meetups throughout the day, throughout the week. So if you check that out, once you register on the website, you'll be able to start building out your schedule. Again, these are just some highlights. It's not inclusive of the entire week, so don't feel like you're getting shortchanged or anything. This is just the highlights here. There's tons and tons of sessions for you. Day 2, for those of you that are virtual, again, a lot of great ways for you to interact. For those of you that are maybe doing some Tableau prep work, we'll have prep and data challenges for you to participate with and view. So we're excited about that. Some more Tableau speed tips on day 2 as well. Viral vizzing, jumpstarting your data career. So these are all some great segments for you to participate with and extend your capabilities and journey with Tableau. All right, so we talked about the Viz Gallery before. One of my favorites, once you do get that link, go ahead and bookmark it. It's not going to go anywhere. So a lot of great inspiration there. And then for also, aside from the Slack channel, we're also going to be having a remote group, Hangout, if you will. So the link we'll post also into the chat, but if you want to take that down now, this is a way for you to sign up for different slots throughout the 2-day session and network with other people around the world. So go to usergroups.tableau.com/TC22 remote hangouts. You will be presented with some opportunities to register. Feel free if you want to register for all the sessions on there. You can jump in, jump out there's no requirement or set schedule. Great way for you guys to network with each other. All right, so what's next? As I mentioned, make sure you do register if you're not already done. Go to tableau.com/conference. We also have the photo booth, virtual photo booth. So this is open for everyone. Go out there today, tc22.virtualbooth.co. Snap your picture, set it as your profile. Can't wait to see it there. If you're doing anything on social media, again, be sure to follow Tableau and Salesforce. But if you're going to post anything, make sure you use the hashtag data22 so we can see and respond and filter out those great messages pretty easily. All right, so that's that in a nutshell. Let's see if maybe we can get over here and view, as I mentioned before, that link, the playlist. If you're looking to see anything previously, that playlist link is going to get you to this YouTube spot. Go ahead and bookmark that. This session will be recorded and put up there as well. You can watch all the previous Phoenix user groups as well as anything else. The know before you go. Again, I went through things rather quickly. If you didn't catch all that, I'm going to go ahead and post these into the chat. So the first one I put is the virtual session. So the know before you go for virtual attendees. The next link I'm going to post in here is for in-person attendees. If you're going to be attending in person, again, like I said, let us know. Throw your info into the chat. Love to connect with you. Chuck, I will see you TC. Looking forward to catching up. And anyone else, any questions? Can we have the link for the recordings? Got it. So yes, let me actually just paste that in there for you. And where'd it go? All right. So this is the virtual playlist for Tableau user groups. All right, so that shortcut link will take you to the YouTube page. All right, so we got those done, and then the Remo Hangout. So the Remo Hangout is going to be scheduled from May 17th through the 18th from 4 p.m. to 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time of the 18th. So again, you'll be able to connect with Data Fam, virtually. Remo, if you haven't used Remo before, it's kind of like Zoom, but totally different. Small groups, if you will, where you can chat, between 2, 3, 4, 5 people or so at a given table, bounce around different tables for topics and so forth. Highly recommend that if you are going to be doing the Hangouts, do make sure that you have access to a webcam, microphone, so your fellow Data Fam can actually see and hear you. So we've got 3 different, sessions here for the time zones and so forth. Again, if you want to, tackle all 3 and kind of do a all-nighter that week, fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and post this link into the chat as well. So this will be your Remo Hangout for TC22. All right. So for those of you, that are with us, who's all going? Any of you going? If you are, love to hear from you into the chat. Chuck will be there. Anyone else? Crystal? Fantastic. Raul attending virtually? Absolutely. So Raul, remember, get on the Slack so this way we can all connect with one another as well. Earlier, I mentioned, staying up to date with Tableau. So while 2021 is the new release, do bookmark this site 2022.2. Will probably have its way here relatively soon. I can only imagine that we're going to hear some more next week. So do stay tuned for that. For those of you that are wanting to know what are maybe some of the newer features, that's not right. Let's do this. Do bookmark that as well. So Shannon, Brian, Bryn, Steve, all virtual, good. Yeah, do make sure you sign up. Since it's being virtual, you don't have to worry about crowds or registering for different sessions. Maybe do recommend having some backup plans for different sessions. If there's something that conflicts with maybe something that you'd like to see, just remember a lot of these sessions for virtual are going to be recorded. So don't worry too much if you can't watch them live, if you will. You will have that opportunity after the fact. For those of you that are attending in person, you may not have that luxury of following through. So if there is a session you definitely want to see more about, I recommend making that a priority. All right, Bobby, good. Gonna be attending virtual. Okay. All right, so we covered some coming soon features, the new features, that. Next month, we're gonna have a pretty jam-packed session with some speakers. And we're also gonna be showcasing this release navigator. Now, if you actually open up Tableau today, it's actually embedded into the product, or at least it was. And we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. But I do want to make sure that everybody does have this bookmarked, this release navigator. So this is actually a pretty cool feature. Assuming you're on a certain version of Tableau, if you want to understand what it's going to take to move you from one version to a next, and what's packed in between, that release navigator is going to help you understand what's that all about. And let's see if it's here getting started. Well, I guess in maybe certain versions you'll have a link here for the release navigator. It's not showing up today though. Just FYI, this panel, this pane, Discover pane over here that I pulled up in Tableau, it's obviously dynamic. So you can see some advertisements, if you will, for the Tableau Conference. Down the road, we're going to get into more of customizing Tableau. So if you're in an organization and you want to completely revamp this Discover pane to put in some information about your COE or your internal user group or additional resources, you could do that. And furthermore, the sample workbooks, while these are fantastic, built in Tableau, these can actually be customized as well. So future session, we're going to get into how you can completely revamp Tableau to make it more user-friendly and accessible for your users. Now, getting back over to the release navigator, just wanted to mention, if I was doing some sort of an upgrade, and let's just do Tableau Desktop for a moment, and I know I was going to be upgrading from one version to a next, I could say, okay, I'm going to be going from maybe 2019 to 2022.1. This is going to give me a breakdown of everything that's new within those products. As you hover over, you're going to get some more information about what's what. You can export this data out to a CSV file if you want, and do some sort of brown bag lunch and learn, whatever it might be. But this is a great way to introduce new features, new capabilities, things that what's changed in the environment. And you don't have to go searching around. So Tableau makes this really easy to, kind of see what's going on and what you need to know. So if you have any feedback, please do use this forum. This gets right back to the developers of these dashboards. So if you want to see some enhancements, some additional data, maybe to complement it, there's a lot of things that I think people have some ideas about how this could be working. So, all right. So we got the navigator. We talked a lot about the conference sessions in general. Any questions from the audience? Or anything in general? It doesn't have to be related to Tableau Conference. When is the next user group session? Oh, great. All right, so the Phoenix Tableau user group will meet back on track starting in June. So we meet on the third Thursday of the month. So I believe that's June 19th. Let's figure that out. June 23rd. Nope, 16th. All right, so June 16, third Thursdays of the month. Our normal time slot is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you're not from Arizona, we don't change our times ever. So we're fixed. So while I'd like to accommodate everyone else, please just know that we're special, and make sure you know different depending on the time of year where we're at. 10 a.m., 12 p.m., third Thursday. And we'll run that pretty much consistently throughout the rest of 2022. Also, just a FYI, we will probably be holding our weekend workshop later this month with the May session being rescheduled. We also rescheduled our workshop. So, look for links on that. And our workshops are really geared towards new users. So if you haven't used Tableau before and you really want that boot camp kind of session, that's what that's about. So we should have a link here probably later this week. Look for that. And that'll be at our website. We try to make it easy. So if you go to usergroup.phoenixtug.com, that'll redirect you to the right place. If you do want to look and see what other sessions are out there, industry specific or other cities, check out the usergroups.tableau.com, sign up, enjoy. All right, that wraps it up for me. If there are any questions, I'll hang out for a few more minutes. Otherwise, again, please sign up at the Tableau Conference, whether you're doing in person or virtual. Make sure you get the Slack information. We'll share all of those links, again, readily available for you to interact with everyone. And we will see you on June 16th. Thanks all.